Hello everybody and welcome back to Tarot Therapy. This is still a new channel, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Lauren. I'm doing the tarot spread of the day today, which is going to be another one from Emerald Lotus Divination. We are going to do the Facing Your Fears tarot spread. I haven't touched the cards yet. We're going to start with the Rider-Waite deck, and then as we move forward, we can choose other decks to clarify with. Don't forget to click like if you like. Of course, as you know, subscribe if you like the channel as well. Greatly appreciate it. It means the world to me when you guys show support like that. So let's go ahead and get started. Do a little shuffling. My cat Paris likes to, I can say in there, my cat Paris likes to make cameos, and she's walking around looking as if she probably will today. Okay, so, and I hope you like my new setup. I made a new friend, very blessed to find a kindred spirit who had a wonderful collection with which he was generous enough to share some of his collection. So labradorite, amethyst geode, celestite geode, selenite here with the, I put them in a specific order of some of my other tumbled stones for that energy channeling. A new Shiva lingam stone here, emerald and smoky quartz, amongst others. So, and this is one that I purchased, is a fluorite palm stone for focusing energy. We can talk more about that later. I'll maybe do a separate video. So we're starting out with bottom of the deck energy, Page of Swords. And we're starting out with top of deck energy of the Devil. So there might be some spying. There might be someone trying to send you a message or that's really thinking about you. And wanting to reconnect. One more, and it feels like that. Oh, good. I think I'm going to cut the deck just because I feel like that's what Spirit wants. Okay, so Spirit, please guide us to the messages that are intended for the audience to receive today. We want to hear from the one true God and Holy Spirit, whatever is divinely inspired. Ten of Swords, bottom of deck now, and King of Wands. Here we go, top of deck. Okay, so I think this is it. We've got the Hanged Man as bottom of deck energy. So that's water signs, and especially Pisces. So that's feeling stuck. So we're talking about facing fears here. And the first card that we pull, or that comes out, will be speaking to one of my fears, one of your fears, a fear that holds you back. And top of deck energy is Justice. So that's a good pair. Feeling stuck, maybe like you're being ganged up on, and like everyone's against you and you're being hung out to dry. Top of deck energy is that either it's because you deserved it, or it's justice will be served in the end. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle in front of the camera this way. Facing fears, Casper. What's the fear, Spirit? Show us the fear that we need to hear about today. Show us your wisdom and show us your ways. Show us the fear that you need to hear about today. Show us your wisdom and show us your ways. Bottom of deck energy is Four of Swords. So rest and rejuvenation, taking time out for yourself, taking time to think and ponder, which is necessary to face fear. Okay, so some of you guys have a fear of motherhood, have a fear of creation, have a fear of your own feminine side and your feminine power. You have a fear of that Venus energy. Venus is now in Aquarius, so Venus in Aquarius is a very strong energy. Maybe you have a fear of being, whether or not you're a good parent, or a fear of nurturing, maybe of intimacy. So there's a lot of different things that could represent. So that goes here in the position, in one position. We'll use some stones. This is a smoky quartz to make it a little bit more visible. Okay, so the next card, as you can see, we're moving to number 2. Why I cling to this fear. So it could be fear of intimacy, related to parenting, related to love, related to giving love. This one wanted to, it jumped up. And there's 2. Okay. No, there's 3. We're going to take it, because Spirit told me to. So the bottom of the deck energy is 9 of Cups. So wish fulfillment, something coming true. So it's almost like, it's really common for people to wish for love, and then once they get there, they're scared they're going to ruin it. Or, you want to be a parent, you'll dream of being a parent, and once you get there, you're scared you're going to ruin it and mess it up or something like that. Or you want to receive love, but you're scared, you don't know how to give love, or vice versa. I'm going to interject for 1 second. I want to show you guys my new coffee mug. I love it. You see that light's pretty bright. Tarot is just my spirits calling me on my BS. It's pretty cute. I found it on Amazon. Okay, so why I cling to this fear. What we've got is a fear of intimacy. So I look at it starting from the top. So a fear of intimacy because someone, can you see from there? If someone was mean and they hurt you in the past, they were malicious, and it feels like they're still looking back at you, or maybe you're still looking back at them, and you think you've healed from the pain, but you really haven't. Or maybe you hurt someone and the guilt is bothering you, and there's a new opportunity, and that's why you're moving so slow. So why you cling to this fear is because you haven't forgotten it, is because every time you're represented with the opportunity, this is what's underneath it, the 5 of Swords here. And that's a pretty malicious guy. He's one of the, he's a bad guy. He's one of the bad guys, if not the bad guy in the deck, right? And then, okay, so been hurt, you've been sliced, you've been diced, or you have thoughts, you have negative thoughts that you just can't get rid of. So every time you get close, you're offered an opportunity, you have the option available to you, you're just very slow moving, very, very slow moving, which is hard working and steadily working towards it, but you're clinging to it because it still hurts. Okay. That's raw, just raw quartz. Okay. I should just use the wand, but next time. There we go. All right, so the next position is 3. Why this fear, where this fear stems from. All right, so where this fear stems from. So it's, you want it, but you've been hurt, so every time you get close, your subconscious gets in the way. And then the top of the deck energy is the Queen of Pentacles, right? So, like, so busy staring at your wish, at what you want, not realizing that you already have it, you already have the answer, you already have everything you need, staring at the wish and ignoring the subconscious areas that are hurt, which is where the fear is based, right? So you have to face those fears to heal them. What's the saying? You can't change what you don't confront. You can't repair. It's, you have to think about things to see clearly. Oh, I'm sorry. Where are the spirit stems from? All right. Well, that message was loud and clear. Where the fear stems from? We have Temperance, which is Sagittarius. So that to me, and Temperance being right beneath, the Empress, the way that that's positionally related is that it comes from having to have maintained temperance in the past when you were giving more than the other person, because that's how you viewed love. And in the end, you got hurt because maybe an offer never came through. So there's a fear of intimacy or a fear of parenting. Maybe you were hurt by your parents, so you're the way you parent is not, you're scared of being like them. But if you're just the opposite, equally imbalanced on the opposite side, just as much damage can be done. But by not facing that fear because it's so deeply rooted, that's where it comes from. So also with Temperance, that's saying that it comes from inside of you. So it's only from inside of you that this fear can be addressed, can be healed, can be faced. And that where it comes from, lean on God, and God will show you exactly. There's no fear once you realize that God's on your side, right? So if you lean on your angels, God's angels, lean on God, trust in the divine, and your fear, it'll just occur to you how to think, how to change, how to be, what to do in order for it to diminish. Okay, the last card is how I can safely face my fear. Okay, Spirit, how to safely face this fear. It's deeply rooted fear from, and this card shows up again. We just had this one a moment ago as bottom of the deck energy. We've got the Nine of Cups. So the way to face this fear is to acknowledge that this is what you really want. It's you want it, so that will give you the motivation to face it and to realize that you already have the emotional reserves to go in to your subconscious, to take that time, like the Four of Wands was the bottom of the deck energy originally. So here's two cups. It's an alchemical sort of transmutation thing is what it represents. As you see, the Temperance angel here has a square with a triangle pointing up in it as well, directing to as above, right? So it's working with your higher power. That's where the card position is asking, where does the fear come from? And this is telling you where to go, really, in order to achieve that. Now, how you can face it safely is through connecting with the divine, which is where the healing will come from, to recognize that this is what you really want. He's sitting there with his arms crossed. He's very focused and he's very determined. There's this curtain cup, or a tablecloth where he has all of these cups on display, all of his achievements, the things that he's accumulated over his lifetime, and he feels very proud of that, right? So if you're letting your emotions get in your way, through Temperance, you can reverse that. Allow your emotions, your feelings, to be let the fear flip. Instead of it being scared of it, let that be what motivates you, because you're realizing your true desire and you're moving towards it rather than focusing on what you're afraid of or the fear and avoiding. So that's what I get from that. I'm going to pick we're only 15 minutes in. I could leave it here, but I think I'm going to grab a clarifier deck. So give me 1 second while I pick one out. Thank you kindly. Okay, I'm back. So I went ahead and here, we'll change this up a bit. Okay, so I went ahead and grabbed I already have it open, The Power of Surrender cards by Judith Orloff. She's got a lot of great books. If you are an empath, she has a lot of great books that are helpful for how to manage life as an empath. So bottom of deck energy, and so I want to read the full title because that's why I chose these cards. The Power of Surrender cards, a 52-card deck to transform your life by letting go. And what do we want to let go of? Ready? Say it with me. Fear. Yay. Okay. So the bottom of the deck energy we have here is surrender to play. Take a break from overthinking a goal. And that so makes sense. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. Going back to the Four of Swords, that was bottom of the deck energy at first with the previous card deck. Top of deck energy starting out is, oh my gosh, and we've got the Five of Swords guy here, right? That's the subconscious. We've got the conscious energy here of an offer being made, an opportunity being presented where your fear is getting in the way, and here's what your superconscious is saying. The super ego is saying, don't do it. Move really slow. Be really cautious. And that's why you're clinging to the fear, because it just feels safer. So what can we be surrendered? So this fear of love and intimacy, whether it's with family, friends, children, loved ones, romantic relationships, whatever it is, there's a fear of intimacy going on because there's hurt that hasn't been resolved. And honey, we have all been hurt, okay? We have all been hurt. And if we haven't been hurt, we've hurt others. Like, it's human nature. So it's an essential skill as a human being to know what to let go of, to be able to forgive yourself, to be able to have self-compassion, and be able to grow as a human being. That's the only way, is by facing the truth and seeing our fears through the eyes of the light, right? Through divine eyes. Okay, so here you go. Always, you're hurt before, don't want to move forward, and it comes from wanting to kind of keep things to yourself so you don't get hurt. Okay, so this plays in perfectly. Bottom of the deck energy now, after shuffling, surrender your need to always be right. You don't want to be right about your fears, okay? You want to be wrong about your fears. Or either way, if you face them, you want to know one way or the other. So you have to surrender your need to be right, to be able to face the fear and be open to whatever the truth is. At the bottom of the card, it says, give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid, right? This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. Okay, top of deck energy. So surrender your need to always be right. And this is a perfect balance, right? Because by surrendering your need to always be right, it's not saying to let people walk all over you, or just to, okay, whatever you say, I don't have a voice anymore. Let other people be right. Hear them out. Let them know they've been heard. So you're not saying they're wrong, but you still have your voice too. Okay? At the bottom of this card, it says, it is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. No, period, right? So when it comes to love, surrender your need to be right, but set limits at the same time. Have boundaries and allow other people to have their own boundaries, respect the boundaries. I always do that. Okay, well, maybe I was meant to. Middle of the deck that popped out when I just, out of habit, started to shuffle again. Surrender to miracles. I love the purple and the dolphins in this one. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. That's just perfect. That's the wish fulfillment here, like letting the miracle is the fear turning into motivation, into inspiration. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. Your angels are with you. God is with you. Just we have to listen. Okay. So what's just one card, Spirit? Oh, that one almost did. I get curious when that happens. I hope you don't mind. Okay. But if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I'm really big on, I usually don't take cards, especially oracle cards, unless they gotta show your face. What's a clarifier? One of the fears that holds me back. Clarify what that fear is and what needs to be let go of. Oh, this one says surrender to your full power. But I just told you my rule. So maybe there's a Leo involved here, right? Because we've got the lion. But I told you my rule. Gotta show your face. Spirit. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, well, this is just what I was just talking about, isn't it? We have surrender. That light's awfully bright. Surrender to divine timing. Another purple card. Crown chakra. Or, yeah. And it says, sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. All of this. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, right? The King of Pentacles is a slow coming opportunity, but you're the person who has the opportunity that's moving slow here because of the fear. So, and the fear is ego-based. All fear is ego-based. Love is spirit-based. Ego, fear-based. Those are the only two emotions when you boil it down. So sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal, wish fulfillment, isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Put that over here. Do you want another one? Okay. Let's just ask. So, Spirit, do you have any messages in this situation, for this particular reading, for this particular audience, how they may safely face their fear? Surrendering to divine timing is a big idea. And we may not always feel safe just surrendering to the divine. Okay. So, here you go. And this, it just follows right in suit with what I was saying previously as well. So we have surrender to passion. Okay. Wish fulfillment. The Empress is one of the most powerful cards, if not the most powerful card in the deck often. And then paired here with Temperance, which is a beautiful, these are both, this is the Earth Angel card, and this is the Heavenly Angel, Archangel card. You know, this is the card of the ability to give birth and create in the world, to grow in the world. And this is the divine growth, the divine balance. So creation and balance of creation. That's yin and yang. So surrender to divine timing, but that can be scary because for most of us, that's scary. We have a whole lot to manage, and just surrendering completely, it's not something we're familiar with. So for how you can safely face your fear, recognizing what you truly desire and focusing on that and not what you're afraid of. Surrender to passion. And it says, get out of your head and feel free and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So I also feel as if that's speaking, the Five of Swords here is like the bad guy. He's mean. He's like critical. He's a little bit malicious. That can be our own thoughts. And I think I mentioned this before. So those can be all the swords on the ground are the things that you're not paying attention to, that have been hurt and are walking away with their backs turned, that you're not really looking at. But we're all still connected to, our subconscious is a part of us. So there is those things that aren't conscious, that are hurt and unresolved, they will manifest themselves in one way or another. So, but there's 5 swords here and he's holding 3. So there are some things that you are conscious of, thoughts that you're having that are holding you back, and there's some that you're not really conscious of. But this is 5 out of 10. So it's only 50-50. It's not that bad. So you are like halfway there. You're right at that perfect balance point, okay? To where you can make a choice. You can choose, do I face my fears and with passion and focus on what I truly desire rather than that which I'm so intent on avoiding right now? Or do you take that middle point and just run with the fear and say, no, I'm going to be the bad guy because I am afraid. I'm too afraid. I'm too afraid to admit that I'm afraid, and just never, and sit here so happy with your 9 cups, not knowing that you're on your way to being king. You're on your way to being queen. You're on your way to having the 10 cups and having all of the joy, fulfillment, peace, harmony, happiness, and beauty at home that is like physically possible in this world. You're on your way there. You're at the pivot point. It's up to you. You got this. Just surrender to your passion. Surrender to divine timing. I love you guys more than you know. I'm so grateful for you being here. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Be sure, and again, click like or subscribe, share if you like the video. And I love you. I love you. I love you. You are so much stronger, braver, beautiful than you could possibly imagine. And I love you so much more than you could ever know. So goodbye for today from Tarot Therapy. See you later.